Welcome to episode 32 of the Renault Master Camper conversion. In this episode, I'm going to be doing the cladding behind the sink and at the side of the sink using the kitchen splashback, and then I'll be following up with the cladding up the wall here just to finish this wall, finish this area and get it looking more like a complete camper. So I'm going to start with this piece of backsplash first, and the first thing I'd done was found the point that sticks out the most, which is here. I then measured there, it was 15mm, and then I measured from the back of the worktop 15mm. Same on the other side, but this time I stuck a bit of tape on the worktop. That slight gap under there, so I can just pull that tape off. And then I put a square on here and measured round to there, and then I transferred that line there. I screwed a block of wood there, then I used a straight edge to join up these two marks from the bottom to the top, and then I marked here. That allowed me to square that round. Where that ended, I could join it up to that one. And then this piece of timber, I just held it against that bottom mark, against that mark there, and screwed it on. This one I measured back from here back when it's 12mm, so I again measured 12mm, and then I just joined these two lines together. Now I'm going to stick a piece of timber on here, and then I've got a bit of framework to glue the backsplash to. This is just going to be straight. There's a slight curve in here, so I'll put plenty of glue in the middle, but I'm not going to try and bend that because it's not going to achieve too much by doing that. So, and then I'm going to have to make a curved framework. So yeah, just going to stick it on square. I've got to stick another bit of timber on here to create this framework, and then I'm ready to go. So the first thing I'm going to do is cut out this bit of backsplash, get that ready. Once that's ready and the framework is done, I'll insulate this and I'll glue the backsplash on. That will be the hard bit done. Ready to glue this backsplash in. So I've got some battens done. Got one there. I obviously done that one previously, and then this one in here. And I just need a 12mm batten there. I'll just use a doorstop. I think I've got some of them at home. I can glue all the way around the edge then, down there, down there, down there, and then I'll be able to stick this backsplash in. And then I can move forward with getting a side piece in. Now I'm probably gonna have to remove that tap to get it in, but it is what it is. Sometimes we have to do these things. I can't do this until I get home because the insulation's at home and I forgot to bring some. So once I get home, I'll remove that tap, get that insulated, get that panel stuck in, and then I can finish this kitchen by cladding out this side. I'm back home now, so I've got that batten done at the top, also insulated as you can see. So I might be able to just take the neck off of this tap, hopefully. So I'm going to try that as a little pin at the back there. I'll try and remove that. That should give me enough room to get that board in there. It'll be a lot easier than trying to take the tap out because there's not much room behind there. So trying to get my hand up there or a tool up there to get to the bolt to undo it, it's going to be tricky. So I'm going to attempt to take the neck off, and hopefully that works for me. So I've got that tap off and it's still a bit tight to get it in there. So I've removed the bottom of the shelf. And I still can't get it all the way in there, but I'm going to glue it up and then just try and bend it to get it in. It's not got far to go. I don't want to damage this bit. But trying to get this off was incredibly difficult, so I thought I would try it this way first. So I've got that one glued in. It did get a bit messy, it was a bit tricky. Obviously got the tap back in and back together. I just screwed a little bit of ply on there just to hold it in. There's a bit of a bow in the board and a little screw there just to hold it in. So now that's done, I can move on with the side piece, but before I go to do that, I need to work out where the cladding will end so the lines line up at the top there. So I'm going to do that now, and then I'll probably do this other side piece of this backsplash tomorrow. Okay, so I'm starting with this cladding. I'm going to start from the top and work my way down because I need the top to line up. So it's just, instead of going from the bottom to the top to the bottom, it's the same sort of practice really. The first three are going to be difficult to get in. Once them three are in, then I've just got to notch this one here. I think the third one ends there, so I've just got to notch around this bit, and then it'd be pretty easy to get them in. So I'm gonna go cut the first one. I've cut it to length, so I've just got to cut this line, and then I'll just sort of fine tune it, get it to fit, and then I'll probably temporary pin it in there because I might have to put all three of these together to slide them in, but I'll see. So I'll temporary pin it, and then make sure the head's sticking out so I can pull it out if I need to, and see if I can get these together. So I've got this piece in. I couldn't get the sliding bevel up there to get the angle, so what I've done is I held it up with the hand I'm holding the camera, and I just put that there and drew down, sorry, when I line with the camera, drew down there and got the angle and cut it, and then it was actually the right amount I needed to cut off. So that was a bit of a luck, and I also done that with the second piece, but the gap was a bit bigger on this one because it's a full board, so I used my ruler from my mini square But this piece is ready to go, so it goes in there. I'm going to chuck a couple of nails in there, try and get this last bit in. I might be able to slide it in that way, but we shall see. So I'm going to just put a couple of tacks in there just to hold it in the right place so I can measure it, get this next one made and cut, and I'll see if I can slide it in. If it's all good, then I can nail them all up, and then it should be smooth sailing from there. It's a bit tricky here because this isn't square, it goes down at an angle. You might be able to show you there. You can see it on that edge piece there, it sort of kicks in. So yeah, it's a bit tricky trying to get the right shape, but once it's done, it's easy. I did manage to get it in by sliding it in, which is nice because I don't have to take the other ones off and try and put them all together at once. Yeah, it's a nice tight fit in there, nice tight fit, sorry. Just clicked in at the end. So that's that. That was a difficult bit done. I might actually paint these white because it's all looking quite the same, so I don't want it to be too overpowering here. Up the headboard, I'm probably going to do a green colour like that, which I haven't got around to making that yet. But I thought the kitchen area, the dark doors, the bathroom door's dark as well, so I thought maybe white here, just to add a bit more bright colours in here. Not really white's a colour, but hopefully brighten it up a bit in here. So I'm going to still blowtorch them because then I've got both options. This cladding is coming along nicely now, so I'm going to leave it there for tonight. Once I got past this bit, it was pretty easy. They're just all straight cuts. The reason I'm leaving it here tonight was because I want to take this panel out and I'm going to scribe it to these and then cut it so that it's not trapped within these claddings, so it's flush up against them. The reason I want to do that is because if someone needs to get it out, it needs to be able to slide out forwards. It might be able to drop down one side, but I don't want to get it trapped in a wall because I want these all to be removable and changeable. If they get worn or damaged, you can just take pieces out and replace them with a different colour or whatever. So that's the reason for that. So yeah, that's the next job, is to take this out, cut it down, put it back, and then with these boards here, this one will be going all the way through, and then I'll just be putting offcuts all the way down the side here, just enough to bridge to this one. And then I'll be putting bits on here, and the reason I'm doing that is because I'm not going to sink this panel into the wall, because you're going to have a join and you're going to see it, and I don't want to silicone or anything like that. I'm going to put trims around the edges of the board, and then this backsplash will be removable because we've got cables and pipes and stuff like that. We glue it on and there is a problem in the future, it's hard to get to, so I'm going to make it accessible by putting a screw behind this. This will be around here somewhere. It can't go too far, and I don't want it to go above the door because when the door opens it turns it on and off. That's why I've moved it down recently. And there's a light switch, so I'll be using the light switch and this to hide the fixings on this side, and then with this one I'll just put a fixing up in the corner so it'll be out the way, and then I might put a little trim across the bottom so that the panel fits into the trim. You know, you just fix the trim on here so that this panel slots into the trim. Just to run a bead of silicone across the top of the trim. But then if it needs to come out in the future, all someone has to do is undo that screw, remove this, take out this screw, and then just lift it out and pull it out, and it will come out the trim, and then the pipes, cables can be accessed if they need to be. So I'm just trying to think ahead of maintenance, and yeah, so that's what I'm going to do. So because I've got to cut this panel and cut this backsplash, it's dark outside now, so I'm not going to do it now. So I'm going to leave it there tonight. So this piece is done. I've also cut this bottom bit down so it now goes against this instead of the wall. And I've had to stop there because I need to put a light switch in here, so I need to put a little bit of wood in here. I need to cut the back box into the light switch. I'm going to use an architrave box because they're small, smaller than normal ones. I don't want a massive one there because it's just going to impede on this backsplash. And like I said, I want to make that removable so we can access cables and pipes. So yeah, I can't do that because it's Sunday. Only shops are open, B&Q and Tool Station. Tool Station do them, but they don't have them in stock, and only one is miles away, so I'm not driving miles to get a switch or a back box. So I'm going to leave it and move on with another job. But before I do that, I am going to cut this backsplash to size because it's light outside, and basically when it's dark it's hard to cut anything. I don't want to cut anything in here. I'll cut by hand in the van. There's my little block that I use to cut in wood on. So yeah, I don't want to be cutting a sheet in here because there's going to be dust everywhere. But cutting by hand with a little handsaw is fine. So yeah, I'm going to get that cut and ready to go in, and then I'll move on with another job. Back box today. I had to go on a bit of a mission to go and get it because no one had it in stock. So now I've got that. I've built this little frame. This one here will screw the cladding up there, and then this will hide the screw. And then so this one here is just to jam that in there tight, and I've just glued it in because there's actually no screw holes to screw it in. That's not going to go anywhere. So now that's done, I'm going to start cladding down this side here, and then I can just put some little cladding bits on there just to pack it out, and then we can get this backboard done, which I'll probably do tomorrow because it's dark outside again, so not cutting tonight. But as long as I get this ready and it's all ready to cut, so I can do that tomorrow. Got this bit done now. I'm going to go and get a light switch today, although I can't fit it yet because I'm going to varnish it all first, and I've just put enough of the board on there to get a fixing on this timber, and also took the backsplash to cover it, so I can leave all that open so it's accessible in the future if need be. So yeah, I'm just going to carry on, get this last bit done now, and then that's ready to varnish. My board is ready to cut, I think. I already marked it out, but I'll do that once I've varnished all of this. Stuck this panel in there, I just sort of taped it up to hold it in place, and then I also screwed this on there, so I knew that the control panel was going there. So then I put the screw to hold it on behind it. I've marked where the cable is going to come through, and I'm just going to drill an 18mm hole here to get the cable for the controller through. Now that means this will be screwed at the top. The controller will be there, so you won't see the screw, and then if this needs to be removed, it can. There'll be another screw up in the top in the corner there. What I'm probably going to do is just put a couple of blobs of glue at the bottom, each corner, because if you unscrew this and then just grab it and pull it off, it will break the glue. There's going to be silicone across there and across there anyway, so it just have to be resealed anyway when you if someone needed to get in there to change the control panel, if the control panel broke or you need to get to the pipe work, we haven't sealed it in then. This can be removed for future servicing. So that's how I'm doing that. I'm going to get this hole drilled, get that screwed in over there, and then yeah, that'll do with that for now. I won't be sticking it in or siliconing it yet because I'm going to varnish this first. It's going to be easier than trying to cut around this. And then I'll put this in at a later date, and I've also got some trims to put in here. So once I've got them and this varnishing done, I will stick that back in there and silicone it in, and it'll be done.